Three, two, one, action. All right, welcome back to episode 4 or episode 5 of my video series. So I think more recently I've been talking about not giving up and believing in yourself and having a lot of courage, and I think that's very important. But I think it's also important to acknowledge that there's going to be some days where you don't have as much motivation, you don't feel very disciplined to do things, and I think I'm very much feeling that today. Um, so I went to work in the morning. I got done at noon, and then I took an hour nap, something like that, and then I went to my tennis. And when I got back, I was kind of telling myself, "Hey, I really got to do this. I got to stay disciplined. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this." And it's kind of hard for me to kind of visualize what I want to do right now. Like I have plenty of ideas of what I want to film and how I want the shot to look and how I can make this good. And I think it's really difficult to kind of highlight the maybe not necessarily the importance of it, but I just kind of want to figure out what I want to do. And I think more recently, my confidence, or I guess my self belief, has kind of declined just because there's a part of me that really wants to make something beautiful. I mean, don't we all? But I mean, there's another level to it where it's like, shit, I'm really struggling right now in terms of like my creative juices, I guess, aren't really flowing. And it's like, well, the problem is, and this is, I think, a true fact for life, is that nothing's ever going to go to plan, and you can't really plan perfectly. I mean, I think it's impossible. You can plan really well, but you just can't plan perfectly. And I think that's a problem with me, number one, just because I feel like such a chud whenever I say I'm a director, just because I haven't even directed a short film. I haven't made a short film. And there's nothing wrong with visualizing and storyboarding and planning and writing scripts and doing all this and saying, but there's a difference between saying and doing. And I think that there's a lot of people who are extremely creative, extremely bright people, but they don't necessarily um, go to the next level and enable themselves to make something beautiful and put their mind out into a piece of art, a piece of work, and make it really beautiful. And I think it's going to be kind of really difficult for me personally just because, number one, I never was really creative, or I was creative and I just didn't believe in myself enough. And I think that's just such a pattern in life. I mean, there's a part of me that says, "Hey, I don't believe in myself," but there's another part of me that says I do believe in myself, and I think that it's going to take a good amount of hard work and dedication that's tangible, that I can actually make something and make it work and make it, make something good. Um, it's something I'm struggling with recently because it's like, wow, I'm talking so freaking much. When am I just gonna lock in and start making something? And there's a part of me that says easier said than done, but there's also a part of me that's saying, well, people are doing this at a younger age and they're making short films and they're living what I guess my dream is. And I think that it will take a lot of determination and hard work, but also at the same time, it's up to me. Like I'm not necessarily gonna. It. Not, what I'm saying is that it's not gonna be handed to me. It's not just gonna be held out on a plate and be like, "Hey, here is your opportunity. You could just take it." Like that's obviously stupid and extremely unrealistic. So, I guess my main goal is to kind of understand that, wow, even though I'm, talking about making this short film, um, shit needs to get done. And it needs to get done sooner than later. And I can't procrastinate and say I'll do it later because there is no later. I'm running out of time extremely. And I'm not saying I want to throw away my future. But what I'm saying is that I want to stay dedicated and believe in myself that I can do this. I'm more than capable and I have all the resources in my hand to do this. So it's like, wow, I really want to make something beautiful, but my problem is that I want something that's so cohesive and maybe poignant and maybe will give the audience a thought-provoking film, something like that. And I think it's possible with good writing, but right now it's like, well, if I'm trying to find my best work on the first try, it's extremely unlikely. And what my brain is telling my whole body, I guess, what I'm thinking rather than what I'm doing. Like I'm thinking, hey, I really want to make this really cool short film. I have a great idea. I wrote it out, planned it, blah blah blah. But there's always a part of me that's like, well, you have all this, but is it going to be good? I mean, I think just it's human nature to always think about what other people will think about you because and maybe it's like maybe not a toxic ego thing, but maybe an ego thing where it's like I want people to care about me, and that's true. You want people to care about you, but the internet is a weird place because you don't have to worry about being made fun of just because you can just like curse people out on the internet, and you don't have to worry about getting in trouble or something like that, or someone getting too angry, and it's not like they're gonna come and find you. I mean, I mean maybe they will, but it's it's actually probably more common than I think. But on that topic, it's still I keep coming back to it because it's so important. But I feel like such a slob when I say it because yeah, self belief and you know taking the next step and discipline is all so important. But it's like, well, what are the levels to it? Because I want to be a very successful director, but I literally legit have nothing to show for it. And it kind of has been taxing on me just because it's like, wow, I want to make something, but when am I going to lock in and kind of be like, hey, it's crunch time. The time is now to kind of lock in and kind of realize that I might be running out of time. And when I'm saying I'm running out of time, it's not necessarily like this is the end all be all, but basically the path I'm on, it's basically pick one career or pick another career. And you kind of have to lock in and kind of start early. I mean, like I would love to be a filmmaker, but I want to be in it for all the right reasons. Making money is great, but I don't think that would be a good driving factor just because I don't it's not necessarily that it won't sit right with me because I love or not love, but I think it would be very enjoyable to have a comfortable amount of money, but I'm saying it would be useful to kind of understand, I want to be constantly learning and I don't intend that to be arrogant in any way. I want to be learning all the time from bad experiences, good experiences, stuff that just happens in my daily life because that's how you can really live. And I got to be honest, I'm not really living to the fullest extent because I'm too complacent. Even though I'm trying new things, even though I'm doing this filmmaking stuff, I'm still too complacent. Like, there's a part of me that feels like I'm not doing enough. And maybe that is true. Maybe I'm not doing enough, but it's like, well, where's the cutoff? Like where's the disconnect where it's like, well, hey, I got to pause here and really reflect. Is this what I want to do? Is this, the path I'm taking? Is this, viable? Can I support myself? Because as much as anyone wants to become a good director, you also have to be mindful of financials. There's plenty of directors out there who directed maybe one movie and then it flopped and then they're struggling. So it's always a constant battle just because and that's what I also have to think. Probably way down the line because I think if I look down the road 20 years from now and I realize and I I listen to what my thoughts are and it's like you barely put out any work in 10 years. I'm not going to say what a joke, but it's like, well, I had plenty of opportunities to do it and I blew it. And there's so many people out there who do that and I kind of don't want to follow the demographic and I want to rise to the next level and I'm not sure what it's going to take, but I'm going to have to do it. And I think that doesn't sit well with me because I'm still calling myself a slob. I haven't filmed jack shit. And that's it's hard to grasp in my mind just because I want to make it, I want everything to be easy. I think that's human nature. Hard stuff isn't easy, you know? My brother is knocking. But yeah, it's difficult. I'm gonna cut it off just because he's sleeping. I'm gonna be mindful. I'm sorry. But basically what I was trying to say is that it's not easy to do. it's going to take a lot of hard work or effort or determination and something like that.